into your mind so silky. Up under the down we fly. Clean it.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's spring, it's almost summer, and with that I've seen so many people do their own like wallpapers and stuff, so I really wanted to do that as well. And I thought, why not take you guys with me so you can see how I design wallpapers, and I'll also pop in some tips and tricks if you're interested about that. So if you want to see me make my wallpaper or learn how to make your own wallpaper, just keep watching. I did have another wallpaper before, but I wasn't too keen on that, so I want to make one which is like a collage one. I think I will include some pictures that are like my dream board, vision board, that kind of thing, and just things to motivate me and make me happy. The first thing we're actually going to do is to look up the dimensions of my screen. That is a Macbook. So this is the one I have, the 13-inch with the touch bar, and that is 2560 times 1600 pixels. So just look up the size of whatever device you want to do. You can do this with your phone, with an iPad, with your computer, but usually it's all different, so you need to look it up. So I'm just going to go into canva.com. it's right up here. So Canva is actually my favorite designing tool at the moment. I design all my recent thumbnails in there and I love it, honestly. So we're gonna go up here on canva.com to create the design. Press custom size 2560 times 1600, and then just enter or create new design, and it will pop up a new window where your new design, and this blank sheet right here that is marked is the exact dimensions of my screen. So the next thing I'm actually going to do is to go into Pinterest. Pinterest is a holy grail. That's just how it is. Now Pinterest can be a bit icky just because it's not your own pictures, it's someone else's work and someone else's pictures. So I just want to put that out there. I obviously don't own any of these pictures that I'm going to take from Pinterest, so all those credits go to the original creators. I will also make a board on Pinterest where I take all the photos that I used in my wallpaper and put them in there. So my Pinterest is right here if you're interested in that, so just go check that out if there's any pictures you want for your own. So for my wallpaper I do want to include some things that have to do with YouTube, some things that are just aesthetic, some things that have to do with like Hawaii or traveling and stuff, because honestly that's just my dream. Anyways, let's just take a look here and see if there's anything we like. I'm just going to include this picture right here. What I do is I click with two fingers, so that's basically a right click if you have an actual mouse, not a mouse pad, and then you're just gonna press copy image and then go back into your design and just press Command V, and then it appears right there. So then when you're in Canva and have this right here, you can just choose to make it smaller or bigger or whatever, and then just put it in a corner or wherever you want it. And another cool thing you can do in Canva is if you double click the picture, this thing comes up where you can crop it. So let's say I want only that part in the picture, and then I just press outside that picture and it is cropped. So then you just go into Pinterest again and see if you find any other pins that you would like to include. So for example, I really like this picture, so I'm going to right click that, go to copy image, and then go into my Canva, Command V, and there we have it. So I'm actually going to make a time lapse now because you know how to copy and paste, and then when I've done the time lapse I'll just come in with a few other tips and tricks and we'll see what happens then.
Is this what it means to have growing pains? Never come out the way you went in the same. Just as diamonds shine from pressure, babe. You don't know true love until your heart breaks. Yeah. You're gonna have to hurt sometimes, so painful you can barely survive. Tired from the sleepless nights, you run out of your tears from all of the crying. This is
Alright, so I think I'm kind of done with the collage. I just did some few tweaks and stuff, but I just wanted to show you something that I've used a bit. So as you can see, this picture here with the macrame hangers, they are a bit like contrasty to the others, if that makes sense, because the others are a bit more mute. So what I do is I go into filter and then I choose this Nordic one. I just drag this however much I think looks good and it makes it more mute. Of course there's different ones if you want another one, but I think this one that's called Nordic is like the most that makes it like the other pictures, if that makes sense. This is another hack that you can do. So as you can see, this one is in front of like this airplane picture and this one, so I just select that and press position and then backward, and then it goes behind this other picture. That's good. That's how we're gonna leave it. I'm such a perfectionist, so I'm probably going to do a few more tweaks, but I really like how this turned out. However, we're not done yet. Something I really want to do is to write some affirmations or motivational quotes, or you know the deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to text on Canva and then press add a heading, and then we actually need to find an inspirational quote that we want to use. I have this app that's called I Am, and it has a bunch of affirmations, so I'm just gonna swipe around there and see if there's something I like. So this one was actually pretty cute. You barely can see that. I am strong, resilient, peaceful and happy. So I'm going to type that in. Alright, and then you go up here to like the text color thing, and I like to change that to white because I like the contrast of it, but you can also do any other color by doing first of all this color slider thing here, but there's also this cool thing that you can see main colors of the photos that you've actually added. So for example, this color right here is a part of this picture. I do think I'm going to go with white as of now, and then I might change it later. Then if you press this where it says Open Sans Extra, then you get all these fonts that you can use and choose from. Some that I like to use are these ones, and those are the ones I use in all my thumbnails. I do like the look of this. As you can see, you can't really see it because it kind of blends in with the background at times. So with that, I'm just going to press Effects and then Shadow. It automatically adds a white shadow because that's the color of the text, but I usually go in and change it to black, and then you can just basically play around with it. Offset is how far from the text the shadow is. Direction is obviously which direction the shadow goes, but I kind of wanted that direction. Then blur is how blurry it is, and then transparency is obviously the opacity and how transparent it is. I'm actually going to make it a bit smaller. Yeah, I think I like it like that. I'm just gonna play around and see. I'm again going to do a time lapse and add a few more quotes. Another cool thing you can do is just if you press this one text or whatever you have, and then you just press these three dots. It's just this symbol that says duplicate, and it will duplicate with the exact settings. So then you can just erase the text and write another thing, and it's the exact same settings. So that looks pretty good, but I want to show you another thing. So if you have a heading right here, you can just say add a heading, that's fine. And as you can see, when you go into effects, you can only choose one effect at a time. And there is no effect to have like an outline effect, if that makes sense. But what I do is I have this bottom one, and then I just usually add a shadow on it, and then with that I just duplicate it and put it right on top over the first one and make it another color. In this instance I'm making it white since the first one was black. Then I go into effects and I press hollow. So that basically adds an outline, and if you need to move the text you have to move both of them, and you can't do that at once. And then if you want, you can also add elements, which are basically shapes. So here are a few of the ones I've recently used, and those are the ones I like to use in my thumbnails. Then you can like make it bigger or smaller, and you can also change the color of it if you want another color. So that's really cool, but since I have pictures I don't think I will be using that one. So yeah, I think I'm actually done with this. So what I'm going to do now that I'm done, I'm just going to press download, and it's suggested PNG, and that is a great format to download in. And then just press download. Alright, so as you can see I have some wallpapers here and I made 3 of them. First I did the one without text, then I did the one with text, and then I did one where I exchanged the YouTube pictures for other pictures. So if anyone is interested in having this background, don't be deterred by it being YouTube. So what I usually do is I take this one and whoop and then I just drag it to my desktop instead, and then if we go down here you can see I have this picture here, and then I just press set desktop picture and it's set. Then I have my background picture. I'm so happy with it and I really like it. I hope you got some tips if you're interested in making your own wallpaper, and if you have any questions just comment them down below or DM me on Instagram. If you are interested in this wallpaper or the one without text or the one without the YouTube things, just DM me on Instagram and I will send it to you, and then we can match our wallpapers. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also comment something down below because it really helps me and my channel. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.